Brazil didn't seem to suffer too badly during the credit crunch, largely because Brazilian banks weren't burned. Well, what's happening in Brazil at the moment? With us is the Brazilian consultant from the HKTDC, Marina Barros. Marina, thanks indeed for joining us. Now look, back in 2008, we may not have been looking at things that were particularly positive, but what about today and indeed, what do you see as the future?
Well, I will say in Brazil, things are doing very well. Our money appreciated a lot. So instead of people running away from credit unions and all this, we don't have nothing of this. We as big spenders, our money is stable now. We are the world creditor now. We don't have any debts with the credit union or a monetary fund. So we are doing great. Brazil, it's rising to the top.
Is there a real uptick in the Brazilian electronics market, and is digital the new word you're going to be talking about?
Yes, Brazilians love electronic. By the way, for electronic show the last time, we were the biggest delegation, especially people from the south of Brazil. We have a little Silicon Valley there, and we buy and sell. So they were present at the show also. Every year, we are the #1 in numbers.
So looking at Brazil, really, the market isn't all of one kind. There are different possibilities in different states. So would you advise Hong Kong suppliers to really look at states and decide which ones they should go for?
I think Hong Kong companies, first of all, they have to look into the key cities. Key cities like Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is the heart of Brazil, so all the business are done there. And then to the south, I would say Porto Alegre and so on. Manaus Free Zone is also very attractive. But I will say concentrate in Rio, São Paulo, Porto Alegre. São Paulo, #1.
So would you say that the consumer market in Brazil is particularly more sophisticated now than it was? People are looking at brands, perhaps?
Brazil's situation is like China. Class C, it's bigger than ever. It reflects 45% of our population. So we buy a lot. And the thing that helps the Brazilian consumer, it's the installment plans that the government launched. So you can buy anything for 12, 14, or sometimes even 18 installments at 0 interest. So this then people pay any price because it seems very cheap. But in the long run, it's not so cheap. But they don't feel it because it's done monthly.
You mentioned before that Brazilian buyers come to Hong Kong fairs, but is that the way to attract business, or do you actually have to go over to Brazil?
I would say the best way to do business is to participate in our missions. It's very important to participate in our high-level missions because we do a lot of business matching. Last week I was with a group of 14 Hong Kong companies, and we did over 120 business appointments for them. And I know they did very successfully because I got a lot of emails thanking me because they got contracts done, they got representations done, everything. That's the best thing. Join a mission or participate in the programs that we have, the electronic fairs or any other fairs. The Hong Kong Fair, it's a good way to start business.
So overall, when you're looking at the Brazilian market, you would tick the box mark yes where it comes to looking at recovery.
Of course. I mean, TDC office, it's like a Hong Kong home for them. And it's true. They feel like home. We speak Cantonese at the office, so they feel very, very well greeted and accepted.